It Ends With Us began as a triumph for its filmmakers, breaking box office records with over $350 million in global sales. Blake Lively commanded the screen as Lily Bloom, a woman navigating an abusive relationship, while director Justin Baldoni played the charming but dangerous Raoul Kincaid. On the surface, the movie seemed like a Hollywood success story, but beneath the glittering premiere and applause lay a story that would shake the entertainment industry to its core.
Welcome back, everybody. Our first guest tonight is a talented actress and producer you know from her work on Gossip Girls and movies such as The Town, It Ends With Us,
By December 2024, a shocking truth emerged that nobody saw coming. Lively filed a bombshell complaint with California authorities.
Headlines on your Friday morning. There is more developing, in the Blake Lively.
Accusing Baldoni of sexual harassment during filming. What followed was an extraordinary legal battle that would expose the dark underbelly of filmmaking and public relations manipulation in ways audiences had never witnessed before. The greatest irony of all was that these two stars had just spent months depicting domestic violence on screen, only to find themselves locked in a real-world legal war. The complaint painted a disturbing picture. According to Lively's filing, Baldoni had repeatedly crossed professional boundaries during production. She claimed he improvised unwanted kissing scenes.
Oh, he was more loving than your daughters were at that age?
Well, I know, it's different. It's just different. Like, he's just like announces that I'm the love of his life at all times, which is like just the best feeling in the world.
That's
just like
a really nice feeling, yeah.
I get dressed every day like a girl.
Made inappropriate sexual comments and pressured her to simulate nudity during a scene depicting childbirth. These allegations described not isolated incidents, but a pattern of behavior.
After spending half of summer 2024 chumming it up in interviews and publicity events with co-star Hugh Jackman, Reynolds has now jumped into the role of
that created what Lively characterized as a hostile work environment. The complaint detailed multiple witnesses and 12 specific incidents, each carefully documented and time-stamped. But the allegations went far beyond what happened on set. Lively claimed that after she spoke out about these uncomfortable experiences, Baldoni and his production company, Wayfarer Studios, orchestrated a calculated counterattack. She alleged they weaponized social media and paid PR consultants to launch what she called an astroturfing campaign, a coordinated effort to manipulate public perception.
Mandated that they try to find a settlement because neither Baldoni or Lively want to settle.
And destroy her reputation. Documents she submitted suggested that Baldoni's digital operatives created and distributed fake social media content designed to turn public opinion against her.
My name is Luke Marr, and this is Hot Mode, and today on Hot Mode we are breaking down Blake Lively's unfortunate fashion flop when it came to It Ends With Us red carpet rollout for the movie.
The timing of this public shift was striking. During the film's initial release in August 2024, audiences had embraced both stars. But by late 2024, negative stories about Lively seemed to multiply across social media platforms. A resurfaced interview became the focal point of criticism when a journalist claimed Lively's behavior had made her want to quit her job. Within days, the narrative around Lively had flipped dramatically.
And I'll see you next week. You're the best.
You gave your little bunny squeezes for me.
I will. I can't wait. Okay, happy Friday. Everybody, it's the top of the hour. We have more news for all Americans right here, right now.
She went from celebrated actress to the subject of widespread ridicule. Lively's legal team presented evidence suggesting this transformation was no accident, but instead the result of coordinated professional efforts to damage her career. When Lively formally sued Baldoni on December 31, 2024, she named not just the director but his entire apparatus. The lawsuit targeted Wayfarer Studios, producer Jamie Heath, publicists Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel, and notably her alleged digital manipulator Jed Wallace. Lively's legal documents revealed internal communications that she claimed proved the existence of a well-funded, carefully planned campaign to undermine her. The New York Times subsequently published an extensive investigation titled,
Okay, so you watch a lot of drama on TV. Here's a real-life drama with actors Blake.
We Can Bury Anyone. inside a Hollywood smear machine, which brought the allegations to national attention with detailed reporting that included numerous documents and communications. Rather than back down, Baldoni responded with shocking aggression. He sued the New York Times for $250 million, claiming the newspaper had published unverified and self-serving allegations while ignoring evidence in his favor. More dramatically still, he filed a $400 million countersuit against Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist Leslie Sloan. Baldoni's countersuit.
Thank you very much for bringing that to us. We appreciate it.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Alleged that Lively had weaponized false sexual harassment claims to gain creative control over the film. He claimed she used threats of withdrawal from the project to exclude him from editing decisions, dismiss his chosen composers and editors, and bar him from the film's premiere. What made this legal battle unique was how deeply it implicated Hollywood's most powerful figures. Baldoni claimed that Reynolds had personally pressured his talent agency to drop him as a client. He suggested that Taylor Swift, Lively's close friend, had been part of a coordinated effort to pressure him. These allegations made the dispute into something far larger than a simple on-set conflict.
Being hostile to Baldoni, then his lawyers can ask her leading questions.
Suddenly, the case involved questions about how powerful people in Hollywood could leverage their connections and influence to destroy someone's career. The world got a rare glimpse into this power dynamic.
Welcome back, everybody. Our first guest tonight is a talented actress and producer you know from her work on Gossip Girls and movies such as The Town, It Ends With Us, The Shallows, and A Simple Favor. You can see her next in Another Simple Favor, which is streaming now on
Power dynamic when depositions and text messages were eventually unsealed. Messages between Lively and Swift revealed a close friendship, with the pop icon offering unwavering support. In one exchange, Swift promised to do anything for Lively, suggesting she had reviewed script revisions the actress was proposing.
The sharp late-night host, famous for exposing political nonsense and celebrity spin, had Blake Lively sitting across from him. But for anyone keeping up with the months-long circus of her lawsuit drama with...
These communications painted a picture of Lively reaching out to her most famous friend for emotional support during a stressful period of production. To Baldoni's legal team, however, these messages suggested coordination and conspiracy. The lawsuit revealed just how murky the lines between friendship and professional alliance could become in Hollywood disputes. Corporate communications that emerged during the discovery process provided another window into the chaos unfolding behind the scenes. Sony Pictures executives exchanged messages describing the situation as a fucking disaster. One executive suggested that Lively would likely never work again, or at least not for a very long time. Another pessimistically noted that while other actresses like Anne Hathaway had recovered from career damage, Lively was different. She is done for, the executive wrote. They also criticized her decision to launch a hair care brand during the controversy, calling it epic-level stupid. These candid communications showed how quickly Hollywood had turned against Lively, precisely as her legal team claimed would happen. As the lawsuits multiplied, the fallout extended in unexpected directions. William Morris Endeavor, one of Hollywood's most prestigious talent agencies that represented both Lively and Reynolds, dropped Baldoni from their roster. While the agency denied that Reynolds had pressured them, the timing clearly suggested the power couple's position within the industry had influenced the decision. Baldoni's former publicist Stephanie Jones then sued him and his team, alleging they had launched a coordinated attack against her as well. The podcaster Elizabeth Day removed an interview she had conducted with Baldoni from her platform, stating that she could not in good conscience keep the content up while serious allegations were being investigated. Then came an extraordinary development. In June 2025, a federal judge dismissed Baldoni's $400 million countersuit and his suit against the New York Times. Judge Lewis Limon ruled that Baldoni had failed to demonstrate actual malice in his defamation claims, and that Lively's actions...
And he did address the Blake Lively interview. He basically made a joke.
Said the comment section on the Blake Lively interview.
However aggressive, did not constitute illegal extortion under California law. The judge specifically noted that the Times had apparently reviewed available evidence before publishing and reported what it believed to have happened. More significantly, he ruled that Lively's hard bargaining over working conditions did not cross the line into criminal conduct. Baldoni was granted an opportunity to file an amended complaint, giving him another chance to revive his case. Remarkably, he chose not to pursue this option. His legal team issued a terse statement expressing frustration with what they called premature declarations of victory from Lively's camp, but the decision not to refile essentially signaled an admission of defeat. Meanwhile, bizarre developments continued to unfold. Steve Sarowitz, the billionaire who financed Wayfarer Studios, discovered a trash can fire in his driveway. Someone later sent him a threatening message demanding $100 million or face threats to his daughter's safety. In May 2025, Sarowitz announced that the Wayfarer Foundation, the philanthropic entity connected to the studio, would be shutting down permanently. Throughout all of this turmoil, Lively's original sexual harassment lawsuit remained active. Her case against Baldoni was scheduled to proceed to trial on May 18, 2010, giving the legal system a chance to finally resolve the dispute through the judicial process rather than in the court of public opinion. What made this entire saga so shocking was how completely it contradicted the carefully cultivated public persona that Baldoni had spent years building. He had positioned himself as a thoughtful, progressive filmmaker who addressed serious social issues. His podcasts featured him discussing ADHD diagnoses and the emotional toll of filmmaking. He spoke publicly about creating safe spaces and championing important stories. Yet the allegations suggested that beneath this image lay someone willing to weaponize publicity and manipulate perception to silence a woman who had raised legitimate concerns about her workplace experiences. The Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni fallout represented something new in celebrity scandals. This was not a simple case of one person behaving badly or a typical public feud. Instead, it exposed the sophisticated machinery of modern reputation management and the ways that power, money, and influence could be deployed to discredit someone who challenged the status quo. It revealed how allegations of misconduct could trigger coordinated campaigns designed not to address the allegations, but to destroy the credibility of the person making them. For the entertainment industry, the implications were profound. If Lively's allegations were true, it suggested that the mechanisms supposedly designed to protect workers from harassment could themselves become weapons used by the powerful to silence those who complained. The case raised uncomfortable questions about how many other incidents of workplace misconduct had been buried through similar tactics. It exposed the limitations of industry power and showed that even wealthy, connected celebrities might struggle against the machinery of professional reputation destruction. The most unexpected aspect of this entire fallout was perhaps that nobody saw it coming. On the surface, It Ends With Us appeared to be simply another successful adaptation of a best-selling novel. The box office success, the premiere events, the promotional tours seemed to follow the standard playbook of Hollywood triumphalism. Only later would audiences learn that beneath the surface, a conflict had been brewing that would eventually explode into one of the most consequential legal battles in recent entertainment history. By the time the full scope of the allegations became public, the transformation was complete and shocking to almost everyone watching. As this case continued to wind through the court system, it served as a stark reminder that the most important stories in Hollywood often play out not on screen but behind the scenes, in the conflicts between the people who create entertainment for millions.